G'day guys, welcome back. This is take 2 using these Challenge colours for the Australian Acrylic Pouring Group at the moment. The August Challenge. Beautiful beachy colours. There's this sort of a light brown and then a creamy tan. This one you could take 2 ways. You could either do white or cream, really pale off-white I guess. And then we've got a light blue and a dark blue, like a navy. So those are the colours I'm doing. And if you saw my previous pour, I'm not going to get it out because I've got clean gloves on. I'll show it to you at the end of the pour using these colours. I used my 70% glue, 30% water pouring medium. I'm changing it up a little bit on this one. I am doing, I've got still, what about, a quarter of a bottle of that left. 60% glue, that's the Elmer's glue wall, 10% pouring medium, which is the Liquitex pouring medium, and 30% water. So the difference in this, water's the same. I've dropped the glue by 10% and added the pouring medium instead. So the glue is this one, the Elmer's glue wall. If you're in Australia and you can't get it, just use the school glue, it's fine. And then the Liquitex pouring medium. And we'll see how that goes. Now, because the pouring medium's thinner than the glue, and I've taken out 10% of glue and added the pouring medium, you would think that my homemade pouring medium would be a little bit on the thinner side, wouldn't you? So that's good. So my colours are white. The navy is a navy I've made myself. I've called it Prussian blue. I started with cool blue, which is a transparent colour. I added cobalt, which is a semi-transparent, and black, and hopefully it's turned into a semi-transparent now. That's what I'm going for. I don't like using transparent colours, they split. Southern Seas, it's just a sort of a nice sky blue. It's not a turquoise, it's a blue, but not a bright blue. And then I've got raw sienna, which is this guy here. And then this one on the end, I've used what's called flesh, but I've put a bit of white into it just to tone it down and make it a little bit lighter. So those are my lovely beachy colours. I really love those previous colours that I used. And again, the 3-second rule. Let me jump up and show you my 3-second rule. So do a ribbon on the top and then count how long the ribbon stays. 1, 2, 3. It should be gone on 3. 1, 2, 3. If it's staying there, it's still sitting on top for 5 counts, then it's too thick. And if it's gone by 1 or 2, it's too thin. 1, 2, 3. That's what I like anyway. I'm not saying that's the be end and or all. Well, how does it go? Be end, all end. Oh, I don't know. Be all and end all. There we go. Be all and end all. I'm not saying that that's the right thing to do, but that's how I do it. And then I know I've got the right consistency. So I started with 50 grams of pouring medium, 50 grams of paint. The white, I only added 40 grams of white because the white's really thick. Now, spot on treadmill silicone for cells. Might help if I opened it, Julie. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You know what? I think I might do 4 because I'm not doing the white. So let's do 4. Why not? Let's go crazy today. I'm just keen to see how the Liquitex pouring medium acts. If it'll help with my paint splitting, separating. The last pour that I did, if you saw that one, I used Liquitex Flow Aid. To thin as my thinning agent. When I need to add water, I add the Liquitex Flow Aid and water. And I've got some really weird looking cells. I don't know if that's the reason. It hasn't got oil in it. But I just want to try it without that because I don't normally get those weird cells. I've had them a few times and I can't remember if it's the times that I did use the Flow Aid or not. So no Flow Aid today. I didn't add any water to my white. You know how normally I add less, 10%, or not 10%, 10 grams less white, and then I add a splash of water. I haven't added any water. And I think that's probably because the Liquitex kind of makes it feel a little bit more smooth and creamy, and also changing 10% of the glue to 10% of the pouring medium has made it slightly thinner, ever so slightly, not a lot, still getting a mound. Righto, stop talking, woman, and let's do this. Oh, I'm getting blue in there. Where's my blue coming from? Doesn't matter. Blue on my hands. I'm just using the same cups that I used for my previous pour, so probably a little bit contaminated. A little bit of navy. Feel nice and creamy. Yeah, keen to see how this works, because I've been using glue and water for so long. Interesting to see how adding just a tiny little bit of Liquitex pouring medium, how that goes. It might be better, it might be worse. Maybe we won't see any difference at all. We'll give it a go. Okay, first layer done, and you can see I've separated my cools from my warms by the extra white. Now I'm going to put another layer of white, and then we'll start on the cool colours again. I'll just save a little bit of white and a little bit of white on that one as well, just to see if I've got any to put on the very last layer. I like to finish off with a little bit of white, just so when I turn it upside down I haven't got the colour on the canvas, rather have some white. That way I don't lose too much of my colour. There's only a little bit of colour and you lose that whole thing on your canvas. Okay, that's one down. Really liking these colours. I'm going to want to do a big one in these. Oh, the other thing I wanted to talk to you about, I thought I might start doing some tutorial, more sort of in, how can I say it, a more structured, I guess, learning experience for you. Still do the videos, but I will start from the very beginning, how to, what to do under your canvas, the push pins, how to mix the pouring medium, what ratios to mix the pouring medium, and I'll actually do it here. It might take maybe an hour or an hour and a half to go through the whole thing, mixing pouring medium, mixing all the paints, weighing everything out, adding the silicone, spraying your cups, doing everything. And you guys come along with me, you pour with me. The only thing is, it will be a private video. You will need to pay for it. It won't be very much, like 20 bucks. You pay on the PayPal link below the description of the video, and I send you the link for the tutorial, and then it's yours. You can pause it, like you can watch it, work out all the things that you need, go and get them, come back, pour along with me. I'll go slow so that you can do it in the same time that I'm doing it, or if you need to pause it, you can pause it, you can stop it, you can come back, you can do it again as many times as you want. What do you think? Is that something that you guys would like? I haven't worked out how to do instructional videos. I think you have to like host through a company. I'm really not sure, but this is a way that I found might work. I think it will work. And it'll give me a little bit of pocket money to buy some more paints and to keep making videos for you. It just means it's more of a one-on-one, step by step. It's not very rushed. And yeah, you come along and pour at the same time as me, you're here in my workshop. What do you think? Let me know if you guys think that's a good idea, if anybody would be interested. I will do, if you are interested, I'll do a series of videos. I'll do a swipe one. I'll do a flip cup. I can do a sandwich. I can do a pearl, a cloud, whatever you guys want. And it'll be from go to woe. So yeah, that's what I was thinking of doing. That'll help everyone, won't it? It'll help me out. A little bit of pocket money. It'll help you guys out because you'll get to see the whole entire process. Okay. Ooh, I've got cells in there by swiping my finger across. Now let's do that one there. And that one there. And I'm going to do what I did last time. I'm going to do that there, but I'm going to drag it across and then flip it over the other way. I don't know why, but it just works that way. Now, I've sprayed my cups. You can see that the paint's already releasing. Oh, look at those cells in there. Okay. I'm excited to see what's going to happen, you guys. All right, flip and drag the cup. That's a lot of brown. Oh, there's some blue. Let's turn it around. Up there. A lot of blue in the bottom here. I'm just going to pop this through. I wouldn't normally, but because it's a flip and drag, I don't mind the stripies. If it was just a flip, I wouldn't do that, but there's a lot of blue down there. And there's the blue. Isn't it weird? Flip the other way and you get different colours. So pretty much empty. I'll probably end up tipping all of that off anyway. Hey, those cells are good, you guys. Got rings around them. Look, it's always a good sign when you've got your rings around your cells. Now there's a big gap here. So let's cover that side first. Close that gap in and then I will torch. So walk it up and down, side to side. So there, see, there goes my stripes, which is good because I don't like having the stripes on the side anyway. It's flowing really nicely. I was worried that it was going to be a bit too thick, but it's not. So as long as the top's covered, I can worry about the edges later on. Just go over and then come back. Straighten it up. You know I like my stripes. Okay. Now is the time that I torch. I like to cover half of it first and then torch. Where's my torch? Alright, let's see if this acts any differently with the slightly different pouring medium, with the Liquitex pouring medium in it. Getting a few more cells up than I did with the previous one. The previous pour, same colours, just the glue and water. I had to torch a lot more to get the same amount of cells up. And you may remember me saying that I think one of my colours was a bit thick because I wasn't getting the cells up through this brownish colour. But as you can see, they're coming up. These are amazing cells. They've got rings around them. Oops, oh, too close. See that? That's what happens when you get too close. Don't get too close. Take your time. Go from up high. Oh, it's quite reactive. Quite reactive. More reactive than the previous pour was. Can't get as close. Just to really, really take your time with torching. Go over an area, wait, go over it again, wait, go over it again. Don't get too close. And then your cells come up and you get a big colony, or you might get some caterpillars, and then it's too late. You can't take them back. Just take your time. Go over it a few times, rather. And I know I've said it a million times, but just, it's really important. Okay, these cells are good. At this stage, it's looking better than the previous one was, but let's see what happens. I need to get this whole big blob off. I don't like that. So hopefully I've got enough paint. I've got 600 grams of mixed paint. Hopefully it's enough to allow me to get that whole area off. I hope so. So don't just tilt straight down. Go side to side, because you want to stretch your cells out and make them round. You don't want to just make them oblong by going straight down. So you go side to side as you're heading down, and that keeps them in their round shape. I'm just going to wet that to get that, encourage it to go through. Oh, I just touched that. Silly woman. Oh my gosh, this is looking, oh, it's looking amazing. I don't know if it's the Liquitex Pouring Medium or whether it's me not putting in the flow aid now. Changed two things with my experiment. Now I want to get to that corner, so I need to bring the weight back and then try and get that corner off. Go, 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 go. See, I should not put my stripies on the sides because I just want to get rid of them. Oh my gosh, you guys. So pretty. Okay, that is 10 times better. I have still got a couple of weird cells, and it's where my navy was there. It's kind of split and separated. I know it does that. It's the transparent that does it, as far as I know. It's the transparent that does it. Do I want to move anything else? I just want to get my cells a little bit bigger. Take a little bit off this side there, and that'll just stretch the middle ones out a touch. Okay, let's go the other way as well and get rid of some of those little hazy ones on the side. Just to there. If you're going to do this, just do it really slowly. Watch what everything's doing. You don't want to overstretch things. Okay, I think that's about right. I just wish that my navy wouldn't split. What if I try a different brand of navy? Maybe I can find a navy that's not a transparent. That might work. It's okay there and there, but there are a few areas. I'll bring you in for a close-up, and you can see where they've actually, the navy's actually split, but it's, as I said, it's 10 times better than previous pour. Just going to fix up my corners with the matching colour, and then I'll take you in for a close-up. You know what, you guys? I might have to change my pouring medium because I really like these cells. But I don't know, as I said, I don't know if it's the changing pouring medium, you know, that slightly reduced glue, and adding the Liquitex pouring medium. Or is it just because I'm not using the flow aid? In my previous video I did say that I've had a few videos where my cells have been a bit weird, and I think it was probably the flow aid. So I'm going to assume that it's the flow aid, and I'm not going to use it anymore. It may well be great with other brands of paint. It probably works really well with Liquitex paints because it's a Liquitex flow aid. But for me, I'm using Global, and it probably just doesn't work as well with a different brand. But yeah, really happy with that. Now I'm going to, what I'll do is I'll zoom you in, just taking that weight down a little bit because these cells up here are smaller than the cells down there. Just going to stretch these ones out a little bit because that's what I do. So I'm going to show you, I'll zoom in first and I'll show you the one that I did before this, and you see if you can see any difference, okay? I'll do a close-up though so that we can actually see, and hopefully the other painting, because it's still wet, hopefully it won't drip on top of this painting, because wouldn't that be awful? This one's really pretty. Imagine if I did like a 5 flip and drag, eh? Or a 7 flip and drag on a really big canvas. How pretty would that be? Okay, so there it is. And let me grab the other one. I'm just going to run the knife around the bottom just to make sure that it's not going to drip on my canvas that I've just done. Get the paints out of the way. And then I'll show it to you. Okay, one more side. Okay, I think that's done. They're so similar. It's not funny. Okay, I'm just going to do it really quick in case it drips over. So that's the previous one. You can see if you look really carefully, some of the cells a bit weird. This one, the rings around them are much clearer. They've got definite rings around them. Some of these cells are a little bit more wobbly. They've got like a double cell. So for me, I can tell. If you're not that experienced pourer, you may not be able to see the difference and you'll just think, yeah, they're both beautiful. For me, I can certainly see the difference. And I'm going to take you in for a close-up. Actually, what if I put them side by side and then I can turn them around this way. I'll just put that one there. And put that one there. And I'll bring you down for a close-up. But yeah, if you don't want to see the close-ups of them, bye. If you do, if you want to keep learning, come down with me. I'll show you. So the one on the left is the one that I just did. And the one on the right is the one I did earlier today. So let's have a look at the difference, hey? So, this is the one I did earlier with just the glue and water and the flow aid. You can see the cells kind of broken, kind of muddy. Especially in here, there's some really weird cells in there. See, they don't have the beautiful rings around them. And they're kind of, yeah, just not very attractive cells. And then we come over here to the right, and you can see straight away the beautiful rings around the cells. There's that blue one there I was telling you about, it's gone a bit weird. That's the blue, which is the transparent, but the majority of them are really, really pretty cells. There's not many that I can complain about. Again, the blue splitting a little bit. I'm going to have to try and find another blue. I actually would like to do another pour just with Liquitex Basics and see how that goes, but you know, they're expensive. These paints that I'm using are relatively cheap, they're more affordable. Okay, so there you go, there they are. The left, glue and water with Flow Aid. The right, glue and water with Liquitex Pouring Medium. I'm liking this one. Alright, thanks for watching. And I will play around with my pouring mediums a little bit more. Try and swap out that navy for a different navy. But look, they make a pretty pair, don't they? They really do. They're so similar. Alright, enough of me yabbering on. Thanks for watching. I'll see you for the next one. Bye for now.